very
Hello.
blessed good night. A very blessed good night. How you all doing tonight?
Good night.
Blessed good night.
Good
Said
It's
it's a
night.
very
very
Good night.
blessed good
job,
night.
boy. Shot his face.
Listen, but when I see
In
that,
touch
my
with
thing is
our
the chill
community.
mix. Yeah. Oh yeah,
So,
I
so you
forget
so you
to
ain't for
run
chill.
that. Yeah, I was entering very
When
chill,
I,
but
when
I
I hear
forget
that,
I
when I
had
hear that beginning,
a hype situation.
Yeah.
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 We in touch. All right, so
but
let me do the
that we
intro
should.
for
I think
everybody.
that we should have sing that first.
Man, we could still do it at the end. But let me say a blessed good night to everybody. But wait, let me go back and make chill mix first. A blessed good night. How you all doing tonight? Welcome to Up Inside Your Podcast. We are powered by Allery Media Productions. Welcome to another episode of the Up Inside Your Podcast, where each week we get up inside your business, up inside your life,
Like a boy
up
voice.
inside your beliefs, analyzing issues affecting Barbados and
I
the
don't
world today. I am Chad, your host, and I'm here with Keita, the girl then coffee sweetener. I'm here with Janelle. She will ring your bell. And I'm here with Tyrone. The girls then Cologne. You understand what me I said? There's the Father's Day edition though. So we got big up the Father's cause I call this one
Big up
the
the
bareback
daddies.
edition.
Big
Bareback
up the
edition.
daddies.
Raw is law. If you just pull
Oh
out,
my
you don't know what you
goodness,
talking
Chad.
about.
Chad.
That's what we dealing with. Raw is
Okay.
law. Raw is law. If you pull out, we don't know what you talking about. So you can't be a daddy. So big up the fathers anywhere that you dare. If you got fathers,
Good
in the
fathers.
chat,
Good
give me
fathers.
little
Good
flames.
fathers.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
obviously. Give me little
Good
flames up in the
fathers.
chat. If you're a daddy, give me a little flame or something in the chat there. So a blessed good night to
Happy
everybody
Father's Day, guys.
in advance. Happy Father's Day to all of the daddies out there. So doing what they need to be doing.
Facts.
Big up, carry on, walk out every time.
Ooh.
She would know what that is. So people, tell me how when the feeling. There's the season finale here. It feel bittersweet for me though, because I happy for the little break that are coming, but I still taken aback at how fast to me it feels like we about to take this little break off of the IG. Sorry, off of the YouTube live. I still in IG mode. Talk to the people
YouTube.
then. Janelle, come on. We starting with you tonight. Even though that is the Father's Day edition, we starting with you tonight. Tell me how you feeling.
Yes, I must say I want to big up all the fathers. I hear going champagne. Man, I dislocate my fingers
Oh, jeez.
Fingers?
trying to get fit and trim, yeah, and fracture the low one.
Cheese on, bro.
So I am all
You want
badly
a
stuck. Yep.
I go to
Yes, I know. I did tell y'all.
Well,
Yeah.
this was a
Wow.
surprise for me.
But anyways, yeah, I know. I
There's a
didn't
word-
say anything
there's
to
a
you
word
guys.
from here.
It was a big surprise. Yeah, boy. Everybody here know
Yeah,
you
you know
free know.
the-
I even tell
You know
you
the
people at work.
fingers. You know the fingers, though.
Chad. Yes. But them good. Them good.
Look
Yeah,
at
The other ones
yeah.
not ain't good. But them good.
You know,
Wow.
I get try my best. I get try my best not to hit you with any 100 jokes tonight. But I get try my best
Please
not to
don't.
hit you with any 100.
Please.
I
Please,
get try my
man.
utmost best, but good night, people. It's
No,
a pleasure. to
tonight
be
is about the
again.
fathers, okay? So all for me. I
Father's
I
Day.
respect men.
Today is season finale,
You know, so
They have a glass of
try
wine
that for
tonight.
me.
She's on, Keita.
Have the glass of wine.
What?
You know,
She's
Oh,
you
that's
on,
it.
Keita.
What that what going on? Or
Yeah,
You
they
got news for me.
how many
You
not
got
glass
you
day?
got a gun in the oven.
I got a little saying here, so
wait.
I didn't want to say
What?
nothing. I got a little saying here.
You
I didn't want to
see,
say
this is
nothing.
what
Yeah,
it
it's
is
for me.
do. You see, this what one of us do, right? One of us come, one of us Gaia on
This was
me,
not
and
planned.
and
This
yeah,
not planned.
really
Totally
no,
impromptu.
really no. I have my
I
hand on the cast.
definitely.
I on painkillers and antibiotics and all of one of this so drinking though.
I drink a little water. You want a little water? You want a little water? I could give you a
But
little
I
water.
respect men and I appreciate fathers and I appreciate my children's fathers. So I don't understand was this story.
Yeah, we
Anyways,
gonna pour one for you.
Pass the baton to somebody else.
All right, Keita,
Cheers to
talk with the people then,
No,
man.
bro.
Thank
So
you.
we're going on?
Thank you, guys.
What happened, Keita?
Peter, what was your word for tonight? Shall I pass it to you?
No, I just got everything plugged in. Tonight is
Oh.
a night. We just passed the 1 year anniversary. We got Father's Day coming up, so big at all the fathers, you know, big at all the fathers and big at all the real daddies out there for sure. But
Yeah, don't know.
I am happy, man. I hear Tyrone yet though, but we're getting on with Tyrone.
Yeah, so you want to talk with the people?
I hear, man. I have not had as long of a season as the rest of the guys. So the break is coming. You know, like this is
Again,
like
vacation.
you start a teaching job right before the summer vacation.
Yeah, boy.
You start a
I know
teaching
come
before
for the
summer
job and get
vacation.
Somebody went
vacation.
on state leave and you
Easy
got a
so.
little
All right then.
But regardless, the matter is you've been with us from ball one. You always
Yes,
remain
for
whenever,
sure.
and
True.
the contributions that you have made over the past 2-3 episodes, man, we blessed. We thankful to have you on board, and there's only bigger things that are gonna be coming from here, as we have always been saying to the people. So I want to just say
For sure.
thank you to everybody as usual for coming in with us
Yes.
on Thursday nights, spending the time with us, giving us your feedback, giving us your thoughts, messaging us. We will have Janelle send us screenshots of people giving some encouragement, a little bit of feedback. Most of the time is positive about what they felt about the past episode or episodes that we would have had. So we're thankful, we're grateful, and we can continue to keep bringing quality
sure.
content to you guys. So
Always.
But speaking of thankful, child.
I was just about. I don't know if you were about to say the same thing, but I can let you go along.
No, I was just talking about the COVID case Barbados right now. A low
Oh no.
of 12 cases. That's definitely not where you was going with this.
No,
But
I didn't. I didn't I know what she thinks. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know, I don't check for that, so I just go and check for it. So as I just we have 1 case today. We have 12 cases in total now, and only decline.
How many people in quarantine?
I think it is
Are you unsure?
12.
Yes,
12
sir.
isolation, one new case.
Okay.
One case.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, we remain under curfew a lot.
That a man I hope.
But you know that curfew ain't got nothing to do with COVID. We know.
Well, we all know that. But what
We
the
know
one thing
clearly.
on a much
Clearly.
later note, what I was gonna say is that we actually got to 101 subscribers today. So we got big up everybody
Oh,
for coming
yes.
through.
Yeah.
Yes, for
So
sure.
grateful for
Big
that.
up.
Putting on the notifications
Yes.
are coming through. Yeah, big up that one there. So I just thank them, man. I be telling the
grateful.
people thank you. I be telling people
Yeah.
thank you. Going to come in when we begin, when we end, everything, man. We appreciate it for real.
For sure.
Anyhow, let me get right into some conversation, man. The people want to talk. So last week we talked about how the plane just crashed with the gas. You understand? How when I get through, I know Janelle ain't really doing as much traveling as before. So I guess I gotta talk with the fellas.
Actually, I had to increase. No, my actually changed because my son is not a bus catcher. Just something that he and we have to work through now. But he was kind of right, and that person is relocating, so I actually had to pull some St. John journeys recently, and it has been very telling. Usually, I will fill it once a week, but then I start filling up. But I don't let my gas go down to E, and I went down to E a couple times. That's yesterday. Last night I had to stop and put in $40 in gas. So I really
I thought you were paying it 288. I thought you was one
I did that 388. Because I understand the concept behind that. But that was dismissed, and I think that that politicians still have to be very careful with how they speak about people. You can't dismiss something without actually saying you dismiss it. And I don't really like that vibe at all. But I feeling the pinch, and it's easier said
You
than
talking
done.
about Kerry Simmons?
Yeah, it's easier said
But
than
the same
done
effect,
to
yeah.
stop driving so much when people have journeys to make. So is that you can't just dismiss people. The
But
chat is the
Janelle,
only
we could call
book
it
daily
thing.
chat.
We could call it we could call it what it is. It's just him being dismissive and idiotic because like we out here so deciding, all right, I gonna go St. Lucie and then they gonna go and show my partner in Christchurch, then they gonna ease back across St. Joseph and heal this shop that is gonna drink a rum out. The man got it sound like if people just be on the road for
That's
style.
what you do exactly, and that's not accurate whatsoever.
When it is that he getting free gas, free food, and he living a life that a lot we wish we could have lived. So to me, that's very idiotic and very dismissive on his part.
Very.
And he should be called out for that. Because he's a clown. For saying so, he's a clown.
Well, I don't know if he gets
stay straight.
or if he lives, or if he gets free food. I don't know about all that, but I know that my gas like come on yesterday for the first time. So I actually have put in gas.
I saw it when you was eating. I saw it though.
It just came on.
I didn't see that. Come on.
So it no come on. They all know. So I actually go get the gas station edit tomorrow, or maybe even get out of fuel just to fill the tank. So.
And this was from what?
I know my car.
Full tank.
Wait, hold on.
This is before the price change.
Oh, okay, all right.
I had it full.
I tell you, gotta be doing real good.
No, my truck is pretty good on diesel, but I gain to probably between tomorrow and Saturday. I go for SSD. What do you think? You look like.
Boy, I gotta big you up there because I had a conversation. I had a conversation with a gentleman. He got a diesel BMW, and he asked me when I was in the gas station. He asked me how much this here was tech. I said, well, whether gas, diesel, whatever go up, $200 is what it is. That's what it's put in. And when that run out, I try my best to make it whole for like a week and a half, hopefully 2 weeks, because I find that the diesel really running through the vehicle like sand out snow. I don't know about you, but the diesel before, I remember the diesel was lasting like 2 weeks and some days, and a few days,
I used to get
just a couple weeks ago. But no, the diesel run out. Cause this man tell me he BMW diesel, he's putting about 230 something, 240 a little bit, and he's only get about 6 or 7 days out of that the most. And I was like, what?
Wow.
6 or 7 days? Will you sound if you driving a gas vehicle?
He's a taxi?
Real crazy.
Wow.
Is it a taxi?
Yeah, no, ain't a taxi.
Because I'm like, before the cap price change, I'm paying from empty was 180 for me. But I eat what the price look like when they get a gas station. But my started gas, you know. I don't know what else we could do right now about this gas thing. It's frustrating.
Yeah, what about you, Tyrone?
I see what I saw today in a meme, and I thought it was really insightful. Was basically, you know, what these ministers saying. The man said that the meme said, all we have here now are a bunch of people in one single ministry, and it's the ministry of binoculars, because everybody looking into if you have an issue, everybody looking into it. So we got the ministry of binoculars all around. So everybody looking into it. So like the statement that you alluded to earlier, Chad, by minister statements, it was a statement that though there was additional context. How he finished the statement by saying, you know, just in a general circumstance, everybody should just drive less. It was insensitive, and it came from a point of there was a 3-term Barbados Labour Party government before, and
yes,
under Owen Arthur. And
yes.
In the 3rd term, the people of Barbados were basically, the government was not necessarily underperforming, but over the course of the period of time that they were in power, they had built up enough things that caused ire among the population.
Right.
But the main thing that I found in my looking back at this circumstance is not necessarily underperformance, because we were still doing relatively well economically. It was the attitude and the
They were
entitlement
complacent.
of,
Yes, entitlement.
of
Oh
the
boy.
of the communication.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that's where a lot of these statements that are made by these politicians are. That's the place where they're coming from, and they've only been in government since 2018. So for me, it's a big red flag. That's the honest truth.
Because that's showing that there's a disconnect. You clearly can't be connecting to your populace if you're making comments like that, and it shows complacency already. Well, y'all already have anybody else to vote for, so whatever we give you is what you get.
That is exactly the
that's
problem.
what we work with this here. We ain't working with it that way at all. And this is not
another thing too, from what I've seen. I mean, I don't know if y'all have also seen this as well. It was an article. Nation touched on it. I looked at it on social media, but they didn't go into detail. However, Barbados today had a very in-depth article about the relaunching, and probably read the article about the relaunching of events and the patronage of events and that kind of thing. I don't know if you saw it, Peter. To me, that totally blew my gasket off, and I was like, I had enough of this. I really, really had enough of this. Like, just yesterday, or was it the day before, New York has said, you know what, we done, basically.
Miami.
We done. Miami have been done for over a year now.
Miami here.
But they officially announced it recently, though. So even though they were doing it wasn't officially announced, but it's actually so announced. So you could left Barbados, travel to New York, and you get off of the plane like nothing never happened. Like if 2020
they're not bothering anymore.
Oh, no quarantine.
Texas done. I saw Hungary with a 67,000 seat stadium full to the capacity during some football here the other day. And like we here in Barbados, like the government are telling themselves they're just disconnected from the international world. We don't know what's happening. We can't see what is happening. And our situation here, even if you subscribe to what they are telling you should subscribe to and be afraid of, even if you subscribe to that wholeheartedly, when you look at the dashboard, it does not give you an indication as to why what is continues to happen. 100 patrons in an event, you got to bring up PCR test that negative from within the last 48 hours. And I really want to see if the promoters in Barbados and Barbados public in general are going to stand for 150 limit on your patrons, and then watch the Barbados Tourism Authority bring here where you're here. That's what you really want to see. That's the truth.
Before anybody else anything, right? Let me say this here, quickly. Let me say this quickly. I want to recognize the bars that Tyrone has got bringing into this thing. You know, my man just now say the dashboard and then the indicator. Just think about that for 5 seconds. This man is a lyricist, you know. He's watching.
You're sharp.
Yeah, man. But go ahead, Keita. Sorry about that, my brother. I just had to alert you.
No, the funny thing about that is that it's very difficult for a promoter who has made so much losses in the past year and some, for the past year so far as well, to make a profit for any event that they hold. With that in place, a limit of 150 patrons for an event is very, very difficult for a promoter to make.
That's basically telling the promoter you're wasting time.
Do you think it's an outstanding?
Don't even try that you're going to have for it. The expenses that you're going to have for the event. And my thing is, like, I don't know if I read it correct, but cruises are still
canceled. Cruises are canceled. The cruises are. Well, I don't know if I want to use the word ban, but cruises are no party cruises. But catamarans right now are sailing every day.
Yes, they're sailing.
I want to know because Janelle said earlier that I be on the road, so I want to know that I passed by what I need to know. When you pass the London Bourne Towers going towards Bay Street, I passed Copacabana on my right, and I had a whole snake in like 2-3 tour buses that would have probably picked them up from the seaport, bring them up and had them outside. And I talking about the line to the, the Merle
Yeah.
area where that you could go and park your car, access the beach.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
she
right.
did say that that's an
See, that
area
for
that they
myself,
have
nobody
parking
tell me
off for
that.
them. Yeah. They did admit that they were gonna have areas that the tourists were going to be allowed to go to and be,
In
get
Florida,
to
yeah.
exposed or whatever.
Well,
But do you think that
tourists only
statement
knows.
is a means of trying to get people to go and be vaccinated or to be getting the tests often and stuff like that? You think that is their, or that
I
is the
believe
way
so.
to get people? You feel as though that's what they're trying to do?
I think it's a strategy that they're putting in place to do that. I think, like, for example, the hoteliers and their statement about tourists not wanting to come here unless the hotel staff is completely vaccinated. I've never heard so much hogwash in my entire life.
Yeah, boy.
Like, if you want your staff to go get vaccinated, like, whole lot of really like one of them tries to do it. Who knows? Do something.
Yeah, I know. I actually know of a couple of hotels that if you like overseas for the people that get vaccinated, they're offering overseas vaccinated boys all star different which like I just can't subscribe to this. Like,
If they want me to take the vaccine, they need to give me $500,000 in cash, an acre of land in Sandy Lane, and a license for growing marijuana. That would have got to give me.
Well, my thing is, like, when you're trying to convince people that tourists only want to come if everybody's vaccinated, when same tourists come here, when they go down Oyster, being walking around with vaccinated, unvaccinated on top of the head or on the forehead, so them gonna get in taxis, them gonna get in vans, them gonna get in, but them gonna go to restaurants, them gonna know what the status of those people are. So don't try to make me believe that a tourist is not going to come to your hotel because your entire staff is not vaccinated. That's BS at the highest level. Don't use that to try to communicate to people of your staff to go and get vaccinated. Don't use it. That is disingenuous, and they don't like them kind of things.
Agreed.
So, you understand that she gotta come in as a tourist to enjoy she one country where you ain't like.
Exactly.
But here for the tourists, man, and for the locals, because I ain't really a cruise person, but I do know Bayakita and St. Tyrone as well as that do a lot of entertaining and promotions and stuff like that. And it can be easy as a local to be seeing these things happening, specific groups and people getting their businesses launched and supported, and yet when I go keep waiting and hoping for an update. Like, these protocols gonna last until the end of the month. So let me see if we can get an opportunity to get a blood. This is not how democracy works. It's not how it works. But you know what? We can keep coming back to the same old thing where that Barbadians just constantly take shit to the chin. Yes. There's tech it, there's argue about it, make noise about it, and we own little groups, but we don't take no action and we are willing to deal with the discomfort for the big change. So I mean, at this point, you gotta check your hands. People like myself and us, we gotta check my hands and say, all right, so what else we supposed to do? We's only 5 people. So it's like
I say we gotta keep trying, and that's something I actually got from you. Like you just stick to being true to you, and it's not that you're being insolent or anything like that. To be that you're not backing down, but you're ready to go stick to your guns and say, nah, I'm not taking this here. And there are going to be more like-minded persons who you can connect with and realize that way I ain't the only person who's thinking like this. And you will have in your work environment, you'll be having difficulties and stuff like that. I just think that you're alone, and then somebody will just come and share a story. They're like, oh, but that same thing that happened to me recently, and then you realize, wait, but it just
that happened to me recently.
But we gotta stay true to us. I ain't backing no, and that is. I tell you, Chad, we can argue for nosy calls come home about anything, but you just gotta get jacket. You stay true to you, and in a throwing up in your hands, you're used to so now, but now you be gonna continue being what we gotta do for people to understand that they are not alone in how they're thinking, and we are not taking this foolishness anymore.
We can't take it. We can't take it, land on no more, man.
Mm.
I feel like the people know where I stand, and I can't preach no more about certain things because it's all about making sacrifices in your personal life that is tell in the long run or the bigger picture. Because I remember when we were coming together as a community behind George Floyd, the issues in America, the fact that a lot of people don't think that racism exists in Barbados because it is under the radar as opposed to in our faces like in America. And I spoke about how there was a show on YouTube that I'd love to watch with these two white boys that used to rebuild cars for nothing. And when I saw that their forefathers, meaning like their grandparents and everything you saw about with the MAGA hats and things, I unsubscribed from the main. I stopped watching the show. I even think about them this week. I was like, yo, wonder what carries the man on to know, boy.
Wow.
That's just my one living what I preach. And then when I always go here and I talk about how fast food restaurants getting the opportunity to reopen first, them ain't essential. People businesses like barber shops and so on, got stay closed and all kind of crap. And then Barbadians going and supporting these people 110%. And I could see a vehicle delivery driving through here 3, 4, 5 times a day. I tell one already, I ain't buying nothing from them no more. I have not gone to them since that Barbados reopened in a big way, and I don't plan to change that. Like I literally doing what I just tell people to do. It's up to them to do it. In order to make the change, we got to affect the people where it's hurt the most. The pocket, how much things we don't want me telling us all. That's it. One language these people speak. They care nothing about morals. They care nothing about values. They care nothing about this is right and that is wrong. All they care about is their dollar sign. When you affect their dollar sign, that's when they're gonna come forward and have a conversation. Say to that, we're gonna take what we want, gonna take what we.
Facts.
But I digress. They got the daddies in the chat, man. Happy Father's Day, be back on that day.
Yeah, and actually, now you talk about the Bahamas. Because and actually wanted to go into that about the Father's Day thing, right? Because when Chad was speaking of, Chad had made this comment that that they in a big hullabaloo going on with Father's Day, that he didn't realize it was Sunday coming. But I don't listen to the radio. I follow Instagram. On Instagram, it has been pushed heavily. But the thing is that what my thing was is that for Father's Day, all of the packages, the gifts, the everything, people advertising, courts and the furniture and this and that stuff for fathers are very, very, very expensive things. And I tell myself that a lot of fathers ain't getting on this Sunday because I can't see mothers or children pulling all of that money to get something for their fathers. I guess it may be creative. They may find other ways to support them because I know what I may have in mind or whatever. But I think that we are pricing people out of things now.
You know, and they find that a lot of retailers do not have Father's Day. I find a lot of retailers don't have Father's Day deals or don't have Father's Day specials or advertising like as opposed to Mother's Day. And we live in a world now that apparently equality is a big thing. So they say. I don't know how true it is, but equality is a thing now. And it's supposed to be this big thing, but it is only works sometimes in certain aspects of life. But I see all these sales when after see Easy Magazine, your Sunday newspaper, all these sales, all this they know. But we're happy sales now these fathers when they got Father's Day. What was affordable now for fathers? What are the push to get things for fathers?
I don't think that's fair. That was my thing that it feels so like you think that the only way to spend to other father is to outprice things. I don't know. And I don't like that. That's where we get. I will understand. Look, but if government turn saying nobody ain't checking for them, when you see them prices, I sorry, but I ain't bobo that.
It's rough for you though, because the thing is, naturally though, fathers are men. I should say men. Naturally living or shopping for men in terms of clothing in terms of what men usually like to do in terms of sprucing up around the house, gardening, dealing with cars. All of those things are very expensive. So if you're looking at tools,
Yeah,
like for example, I would
that's
love
true.
somebody to give me a drill and impact wrench there, but they gotta look
Cool.
for at least $650 upward for something like that.
You know, you could
So
keep
so
looking for
it's
it.
like so it's like you and like you could say, oh, we can give fathers a set of chocolates or a rose, or not saying that they can't get those things, because that's not beneath men, or that's not something that's not that a man can hold on to. But I find that just generally it is very expensive to be a man. Like, let me be plain. Like, you could go into town
Both
Janelle and you
sides.
could find a dress for $25.
The 20, yes,
I
fact.
can't find a shirt
You
for
you you
$25.
can you can find a belt that is gonna last you a
That's
month
a belt.
for $20. You're right though.
That's
I
a
think it's quite
belt.
unfortunate. That's the
Oh,
truth. But really do
why is it
respect you
$20?
guys. Respect the Kita, I like
But for me,
Kita. Your dad passed, and the other morning, funny enough, actually after Chad, like, they get back to me, I know, but anyways, they played the Vandross song Dance with My Father again, and I was thinking about you, and I was thinking, like, I mean, like, people who have a relationship with their fathers, you can't beat it. You can't beat that. And when your father is no longer there, or if your child mother ain't got want you around the child and this and that thing, I can only imagine the pain, because that relationship that children foster with a father, no woman can replace that. Not one.
agreed.
Men could try. You can have father figures in your lives, but
Right.
no woman cannot, none can't replace that relationship that you will have with your father. So definitely thinking about you too, Kita, and looking for that
Man.
that gift in another year or two or something. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, man. Big at the fathers and big at the mothers. But speaking of mothers, and it is touching into Mother Nature, the events over the past couple of hours, like last night. I don't know if y'all was up late, but last night was last night was crazy with lightning and thunder, and it was crazy. The rain. I don't know if any y'all might be sleeping, but I was up watching basketball, and then I see all this going on. I swear, like one garden lights the flickering or something else, JB, and it was like,
it was
okay,
crazy.
man. And
Yeah,
this
I
lightning,
was maybe in
everything
Hot
else,
Spring
it was mad.
Hospital. Because it was raining, but I could not imagine that I was lightning, that it was actually getting like that.
It was.
God, the
And
chopping
actually,
white, man. That's what it was.
what?
I got no perspectives on that kind of thing. I'm not even going to get into that right now, to be honest with you. But last night, it was actually very, very, very ridiculous. It was
It was.
the little girl was asleep. The little girl was asleep, right? And it was
I was
me,
gonna
it was,
ask you how
and
you managed.
it was insane. The lightning was insane. And the thunder was. It wasn't even or you see lightning and or in a couple of seconds thunder coming. It was constantly rolling thunder,
Rolling.
and then you were
Yeah.
Every
And
Every
constantly
10 seconds.
flashing lightning.
and the make up
What
10
power
The
do you
lightning
think,
was literally flashing.
10 seconds. It was
Every 10 seconds.
constant lightning.
Constant.
Every 10 seconds, lightning was flashing.
You're wrong with
Like, it was
Patrick,
crazy.
I was-
It was
quicker than that.
enough, man. It was in I'm in St. Peter now. It was
Okay,
constantly like the customer would turn it off and on all the time. It was like that. And constantly rolling
Even
thunder.
if it fill up, it was the
Totally
same
normal.
actually late. If you see my status today, but you on Snow, it was late in my status, but it was crazy. Like, I can't even explain it, and it was accommodation. I was actually listening to the Prime Minister talk about the actual results from the Met Office as to what it meant and so on, but it doesn't seem like a lot of people could explain what happened last night. Like, it was just one of them freak of nature events. Like, you
But
see
don't
it
forget
coming.
that Obama said recently that they're gonna make contact with aliens soon, that they do exist. So maybe that was some kind of thing they're going on. But anyhow, let me say this here. When I recognize that since BLP getting power 30 30-0. When I recognize that, then how to deal with a lot of shit that just don't usually happen. You don't. I feel like the Expos theme song need to play right now because we gotta get these people out. Too much weird stuff going on.
Yeah,
Like,
I
don't
see
think it
somebody
got
had
stopped
a
until-
meme say that you gotta tell John Wick that the government is who killed his dog.
It's who killed his dog. Yeah, I see that. Listen,
I go for
last
that.
night though
with
was
it.
normal for me. When I woke up was because I like to sleep with the window open. The blind was blowing. Yeah, give thanks to God.
Marquita.
So the wind blowing the blind, and that's why the flashing woke me up. So all I do is I get her. I say, yeah, what is this here? All right, pull back the blind. And so dark again, went straight to sleep. I did not hear no thunder rolling, nothing. I slept straight through until 6 a.m. and it was good. So yeah, big up that one there. So
Oh jeez, oh look. I cannot.
that one there.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, the weather was crazy. All I got said though,
Woo.
let me just finish this quickly.
Yeah.
All I got said was that I saw somebody put up a meme saying that lightning strikes were 490 times a minute, and that equated to 46,290 an hour. The only thing that could keep up with that, fellas, is a vibrator. Let me move on. Don't hurt when a box with that foolishness left it out. Left it right out.
Look, I was going to say right now, since I fell that yesterday, and I can't say that I saw my life flash before my eyes. It was not like that. But all I just saw myself like I could have hit my head and get a concussion, get a whatever, not even be here now, and they just laughing. I tried every comment. You're making my night, man. Anyways, where is my Tracy's?
Wow.
Keita.
Keep up on the road tonight, boy. Keep up on the road tonight, boy. Listen,
Stop.
I will
Stop.
Yeah, wait, Bell's comment.
What?
Look,
Wait,
I
I'm supposed to
will
be
give
the
it some things,
romantic
though.
one. Thanks, Keita. I'm supposed to be romantic one. Look, I can't tonight. Look, he's.
Listen,
Oh,
I
Lord,
tell me that
he's
I
like,
will
You're
give
real
some good things, man. Listening, I will give one some real good indicators here of gift ideas and stuff.
Oh,
Man
Lord.
retreats, their packages, grooming sets. What's it?
Now, you
Aerial
should
flight?
read the precursor comment.
I think when it comes to fathers, proprietors in various fields play a great role as well, because there are so many things that can be done for fathers, but it definitely needs to be implemented. Right. So I could tell when a couple of things I want to get it made, but I know if it is that I will have a word from Allery Media Productions to know if it could be as raw as I like, even though raw is law tonight.
What? I tell you.
We know what is not a gift. We
God,
do know what is not a
Keita.
gift. We do know what is not a gift.
What's not a
Right,
gift?
Kita,
You know what is
I-
not a gift.
What's not a gift?
Y'all know what is not a gift as well.
Why can't it be a
Y'all
gift?
female.
Why
What?
it can't be a gift?
A gift is
Wrapped
something that's
up in
given on
nothing?
scratch. No.
Oh, man, this your
no.
first Father's Day.
Oh no.
This your first
No. All right.
Why not?
him with that good, you know.
Don't come and give me something that I
When
can
the
get
man
any
take
person
it.
to call it a gift.
But the bad take it. What you know gonna happen for the rest of the year? Headache. Thanks, Sally.
Well, you know what?
Thanks, Sally.
You know what?
Sally.
I'm not a father. I am not a father, so I can't speak on the position that the fathers feel. The fathers can tell what they want as a gift. You understand?
Lord.
I listen to child. I listen to Tyrone when it comes to what they want as a gift. If the men don't want a gift, and it's not a gift, well, so be it. But I listen to what the men want as a gift. You understand? I listen to what. So Janelle, if you see a soul
Yeah.
right for Mother's Day, will you accept for Mother's Day?
Not that. You what? I don't need. I don't.
Well said. No, very well done. Well done. Well done, Chad. She coughing.
Chat.
She chest tight, you know.
Yeah, airway just want clearing.
I gotta breathe. Breathe. Wait. Somebody
Yeah.
is to so politicians tell you people to breathe. Wait. Let me compose myself.
Sound like button beer store. All right.
But I understand
So,
your positioning,
Yeah,
gentlemen. All right. But ladies, step it up, please. You know.
There was a
Yeah.
conversation
Getting
about
messy, nice.
it was a conversation about no crop over or limited crop over because we the
yeah.
whole no hope that we would get a crop over, nothing too crazy. But I was getting a little mixed review. Like some people saying they ain't got none, and then people saying that it's gonna be small. Like help me to understand what I don't know.
But to be
Yes,
honest, Chad,
definitely.
if you see these are stipulations with vaccines and PCR tests that these people want for an event, you can imagine what Kropova can be like. That's why I posted my status today on WhatsApp, RIP Kropova, because Kropova will never, ever again because of these sort of stipulations. The rest of the world,
I ain't even getting to look at you.
the rest of the world, the rest of the normal events, sweet, everything plug in. But we have to be backwards. We gotta be buddy that want to set a trend that makes no sense. But
The insight that I have on the circumstances that they are looking at, and this is also why here where it's coming during that period, they are looking at the last 2 weeks in July to have some sort of reduced festival with any competitions and such being virtual, and the patronage to events is what was alluded to earlier. The 150 people on for land events, no party cruises. So that's what they are. That's the insight I've been given. So the last 2 weeks in July, restricted patronage because the promoters were actually asking for 750 patrons to be a maximum, and the government was like,
No.
150 is the best I can do. Best I can do is 150.
No.
500 people reduced it to 500. Government was like, nah, best you can do is 150. And if the unvaccinated people want to come, they got what with a negative PCR for the last 2 days. So yeah, that's what they're doing to the social atmosphere and culture of Barbados, and we are asked to accept it and go along with it on the basis of we looking out for y'all's safety and not really y'all's want or will.
I know that.
Wants, I should say. So that's the insight I have on it for what's supposed to happen in July. I really, 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 really want to see if we are going to see a bunch of lighter skinned people on the beaches of Barbados in their numbers having a grand time, and we are unable to take part in social events as we want to and as we really should be. That's the truth.
All right. So let me ask one of the you want to say,
fed up. I just
you fed
I
up?
just fed up. I honestly just really fed up. Whenever I just fed up.
All right. So let me transition
Yes,
into
sir.
something else. No, not well. We're gonna get
Well,
so
a rose garden?
yeah, Rose Garden. Yeah, I back in the chill mix. There's the chill mix.
That's a chill
Oh
mix.
yeah, no. I ain't
All right, Barris.
I was gonna sing Secret Garden with all that other people. I can't remember what it is. No, the man that dead Barry White. Take good care. Yeah, we ain't getting into that there. So anyhow, the man that was wanted for the shooting death of Station Sergeant, he was shot and killed today
Yeah.
by the police. And how wanna felt about that, because I was getting some people were saying, "Oh, great job, RBPF," and then on the other hand, some people were saying, "Can't believe that one of us said that was a great job. 2 rounds don't make a right." Blah blah blah. How wanna feel? I wanna feel about that. Tyrone, I starting with you because I know that you're the man that is be on the pulse of the people. Talk to me about that.
I guess you might go on. The messed up thing about that is that I would probably be Judge Dredd in a different life. But at the end of the day, too, you can't be a person who is going to ask for something for somebody else without having the forethought and the line of sight into the future to see that you might also end up being in a similar situation. When I say that, I mean to say fair trial should always be something that we should go towards in any circumstance.
Right.
So when you if rumors are to be believed and the person was not necessarily, as we all say, not necessarily in a firefight with the police, and the person's life was taken from them in that manner, I don't subscribe to that, but I'm also not a subscriber to unwanted, unnecessary, brazen, and stupid criminal activity either.
Right.
That's the thing. So when you do A, you might be get B. You understand? As people, the cliche says, if you live by the gun, you die by the gun. But still, I will not be a person to say yes, go forward and do that, because what I might support now might be used against me in the future. Shout out to Apostle Canterbury, with people saying, "Oh yes, go attack out the people, do as when affiliate with the people. Is a cult, is a this, is a third, and the fourth, and the fifth. Go and treat the people as when like and catch them and lock them up and do whatever when affiliate with them, without the forethought to see that what you support now could and quite likely would be used against you in the future if this stupidity of the going on in the world continues." But that's my perspective on it.
All right, Janelle.
Mine is short. I really don't know what would have led to the situation. I didn't hear if anybody said that he had a weapon or not. So I would think that if he had pulled on the police, then that was the most logical response that he would have gotten. And like some person did say that if he had gone and turned up with his attorney, it would not have ended that way. But the Lord knows what would have happened as well. The wife of the same
Sergeant?
the sergeant, she before that killing this morning, she did have this big plea. She really wants to see justice being served, but it is still affecting her family. Like then what can she really tell her son? But when I heard it though, it took me back to Tom Adams and his grandmother when she was killed. It took me back to the different cases. To me, it looked like something that Kim Ramsey can get a nice story written from. It looks like something that she can get a nice little story from, because on the other hand, I feel as though it didn't have to go that way, but that was the choice that was made. So yeah, that's it.
All right, for me, it's different because a little bit in the start work. It was reported that they did exchange gunfire. So it was from what she reported, it was somewhat of a shootout, and he was killed in the line of exchanging gunfire. No, that's allegedly what, but I can't guarantee it wasn't here, and I don't have enough information to say about police the wrong doing it, but apparently there was a shootout. I don't what led up if they were in pursuit of him. I had a tip and he ran away. They were pursuing him. Like if there was a long chase happening, but based on what and information I provided, there was an exchange of gunfire. So that is pretty much what led towards getting killed today. People on social media have been pretty insensitive about it. I'm not gonna say it. Anything somebody gets killed, it's not really a matter where you could be thankful or max or anything. Yeah, you might be happy to know that some form of justice is served, but you should never really be happy to hear that somebody get killed, especially in public. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if y'all see this little meme with this little child that was on Music is telling people to start shooting when you kill somebody that innocent. You want to see that meme? It's not a meme, but it's like a video of the little child, probably like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I said you don't want to watch it twice. I said don't watch it twice. I just thought it was interesting that even children feeling the pain from the shootings that they're not now, and it was just much like testament to know that all these things going on in Barbados, like even children could pick up on these sort of problems that we got out here, and like, it was hurtful. It was very hurtful. But to hear that the guy that I feel the way about it, because at the end of the day, you live that life. If you be sorry, you can die by sword. So
Yeah, that's what
something
we brought here
would
for
have
sure.
happened for.
Very
Look,
good,
wait,
yeah, very-
think what happened for to get
Yeah.
to get to
Oh man, live is
that.
so easy. That's something that you hear a lot of, but you know the reality is that's not everybody's reality because you don't forget. Remember last week we were talking about gun violence. I think that was week before. It was a situation where that an innocent person was getting off of a vehicle, public service vehicle, and was shot. You know, because there was a situation or altercation going on where she was disembarking, and I don't think that she probably lived a violent life. Maybe I don't know, but
Huh?
you know, the reality is that there's no real fair way to look at it because some people are gonna say, "Oh, well, one less lawless person on the road." On the other end, they're gonna say that well, the police get justice for their comrade that went to do something that was that any other neighborly person probably would have done and met an untimely end. On the other hand, we know that you're supposed to be given fair trial and everything for whatever crime or crimes they commit. Then there's the situation that people will say, well, there's one less person to sit down in the prison and eat food off of me. There's so many different points of views. Then there's the point of view of the mother, who is obviously going to feel devastated that her son has been killed. So there's so many points of views when it comes to untimely, violent endings that nobody can be pinpointed as the correct party and everybody as the incorrect party. So it's just one of those things that sometimes you just have to say is very unfortunate and move forward from there, because for you to speak from any specific point of view, you are going to be met with, oh, well, you being biased, and oh, what about this, and oh, about that. There are just too many perspectives to look at it from
Exactly.
and to gauge from. So it's just one of those things, you have a solemn conversation about it. It's unfortunate that a youngster or young man lost his life, but the world keeps turning.
My concern, and I would have mentioned it on this show already. And my thing is that when we look at this violence, Kita spoke about the young boy, but we are going to have. I do not think Barbados is ready for all of these fatherless children, either fathers who have been killed or fathers who are imprisoned. There are a lot of children now, but in the next 10, 15, 20 years, those children will be in their teens, in their 20s. Are we ready for what's going to happen? So the same policeman has a child there now, no father. The ones who would have been arrested, I'm sure they have children now. They are in jail. They will be in jail now for the next 100 years, so they're dead because or whatever, because they're not coming up for them. And now this young man here, so I'm sure he has children too, fatherless. Me ain't ready for these children. Tell him wanna. Me ain't ready for them. Me ain't ready for the ones who's the ones the bystanders what child was referred to and stuff like that. We have to prepare ourselves, and that is where my concern always lays when these things happen. What are we doing in society to make sure we have an environment that these children will still feel as though they belong and they don't have to try to look elsewhere for love and respect and stuff like that? Because I'm telling you, there are groups out there that are going to take those children in, and them children can come and turn around and be just as violent, either from obviously the life that they would have seen are not getting the attention that they would deserve to get.
Yeah, agreed.
That's very very true. Because you know, I find that children who come from those particular backgrounds either end up on one of the two extremes. They either end up extremely violent and they can't be negotiated with, or they become extremely socially awkward and they can't function within the normalcies of society. And that I feel like men need to have a more active role in checking up on certain things because let's be
Fact.
honest, once upon a time we grew up in extended family homes where your grandfather was there, your great uncle, all them people. So
Yeah.
even if a daddy wasn't present, you had a father figure
Had no
within the
male
home.
figure. It's true.
So the fact of the matter is now is that we all know that a father might be in prison. Let me start there. He ain't dead, he in prison. So he's not outside to do or cater to the child in the specific way that is necessary. There's the time when uncles should be stepping up. There's the time now when older cousins that got certain age could step up and say, well, look, you know, I put in a little time here, give a little direction and show a little example. I feel like we don't have to constantly state that if a father is not there, he's passed away, he's overseas
Yes.
working, whatever.
Yes.
There gotta be a way to find
Somebody should step
some
up.
way. Correct.
Yeah.
Because as I said, when I grew up, my grandfather was in the household
Yeah.
and granddaddy was like a father figure to me. You know? And I feel like if it weren't for him, I possibly could have gone down a particular path, maybe. It's still a coin toss, obviously, because this is the life that I chose. But the fact of the matter is that a male presence is definitely necessary in children's lives. Whether
For sure.
boy, whether girl.
Yep.
They need,
Boy
they
or
need
girl.
the
Yes.
they need the advocacy of the daddies,
For sure.
or male figures, or father figures to
Big up
assist.
the fathers.
Yeah, man.
Big
Big
up
them
my
up.
children's
A hand
fathers.
clap there. Big up a hand clap there. So
Yeah,
Peter,
respect,
ready to finger?
honestly, and the father figures. Do not forget the father figures is all the ones who are stepping up. And we want to encourage more of it.
Father, good father, good
Look at
father,
that.
good father, good
Yeah.
father.
Big Eddie Father.
For real.
The daddies anyway you're
Big Eddie
there.
Father.
Boom, boom,
Big
boom,
Eddie
boom, boom,
Daddies.
boom. But listen, I got saying
Daddies,
that I don't
big
want to
up
ask
all the
one of
good
those
father.
because it's something that came to my mind today via a meme, but it actually ended up being a conversation in my Instagram inbox where it was saying, why do people feel the need? And obviously, when we say people, it gotta be women because men don't take part in these things. And in terms of a new birthday shoot, I just want to know where this trend came from and how women feel about it individually. Janelle, you're a lady. You could start us off.
What birthday?
How you feel
I
about
missed
these
some of what you said.
nude birthday shoots? You know, like how that became a big trend
Oh,
recently.
yeah.
Like I would say over a year or so, maybe even longer. I don't know. It's terrible with time, but I feel like
They're long enough.
you're seeing more and more and more popping up all over the place. I want to know how you as a woman feel about a nude birthday shoot.
Oh, the nude ones,
Photo
nude
shoot.
birthday shoots.
Hmm.
I think I will
Hmm.
be honest with you that I started 9 more pictures of myself naked when I was in my 20s.
Yeah,
When I
what
was
is
a
that?
teenager. If you have it and you're comfortable with it, use it. I am so sorry. Ties the back and say, "Jeez, on birds, boy." I remember I would like, right, the producer of this show to stop encouraging. I have two sides, you know how it is. I got the side that it's been a classroom and it's gotta have that face and stuff like that. You don't want society degradation and people to think that it's okay to always expose yourself or whatever. But we should be comfortable enough in this society. This society is too open now. It's too comfortable enough. I do. Yeah.
She belongs to the
All right, let me
I don't know.
hop in. Let me hop in here quick.
I don't think I want it. But
Wait, this producer and we
I would
here.
like
You want company?
Akita.
You want company?
I will honestly though.
Sure,
I feel so
sorry, hey,
pressured.
sorry.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
All right, fellas, and well, Janelle already went
Yes.
already. So, fellas,
Yes,
before we hop in,
Let me tell you how I feel.
Yes, go ahead.
said some other great stuff. She said maybe we need more Big Brother groups here in Barbados where young men can be mentored, whether they have a father figure in their life or not. That's
Facts.
actually a very, very good
Facts.
suggestion. The
Big
thing
Men's
is,
Network, though.
I think even when Keita and I had begun conversing about this podcast and the direction that we wanted to go, initially we were thinking about having that Big Brother situation going on where fellas could come to us and the DMs talk to be about any issues. You know, I have expressed my goings on rather freely and my time having a young daughter, having a mother that's old, a daughter, a mother of my daughter that's older than me, and trying to do certain things and put certain things in my head, and I rallied through that. The difficulties I would have gone through. So we was like telling me, yeah, boom, talk to us. Let me know what's going on. Let me cut down on violence because obviously emotions are something that are not supported for the men holistically, outwardly. So whenever you are confined or you are compressed, what is happening? You just burst. And violence is the only thing that can happen. Aggression is what's gonna happen when you can't get things out.
No, when
So
you're
we
not
were
taught how
trying,
to get things out.
and that,
When you
and
don't
that,
know how to.
and that. Even some of us that have been supported to know how to vent to people. Still, the support is still there.
It's so hard.
The support isn't there.
Need it.
Sorry, because you still get people that would be fellas that will cry in front of the girlfriends, and the girlfriends don't know to console them. They don't know what to say to them because they're not accustomed to that sort of outburst. So that's a really good point, Ivel. Of course, you could say something. Dana Lee Joseph said we was there.
I was here
we
now
would talk about
messaging.
it. Right. So
Yeah, but
so go ahead,
back to
Keita,
the
and Tyrone.
back to
what is
the
the topic?
topic after the eloquent
Birthdays.
one arm
Yeah.
after the eloquent one arm bandit Janelle. Yes, sorry, Janelle, the hell. Sorry. After Janelle had eloquently stated her point just now about birthday shoots, nude and what's not. To be honest, I have no issue. Like, now, whatever. That's a choice that you have to know for yourself if you really put out life and what access people can have to it. Because you could do a birthday shoot and not post on social media too. You can have it for yourself, for your personal beliefs, and keep it private for you. And what's not, I have no problem with people doing shoot. Photographers making money in the lockdown. Photographers go eat, but at the end of the day, you all know what image you want portrayed because it's all the image that you give off of yourself. People judge people by their image. Ain't saying it right, ain't saying it wrong, but people judge people by their image. And if you can take new photo shoots or these are photo things on your social media to share with your followers or your following or the people that you deemed open enough to see your content for likes or to show people that do a new photo shoot, you gotta think of like, why would I do this? This is our person I am, and I was that's hard. I thought
that's what they meant too. When you first started talking, I already thought it meant about the balloons and thing. I thought that we were talking about regular photo shoots. The news thing, yeah, boy.
No,
I
said
nude. I had missed that. So
yeah,
Shane
I have no problem with doing new photo shoots. Like, you could go see that, bro. Whoever is doing photo shoots and do your photo shoots with balloons, whatever you want to. But it's how you push your content and what you want to portray yourself as. Not with it, but it's
This is
You want
female,
to
right?
be viewed
This
in
female
your
talking?
nudes.
Who you want to be using? So
You
Talking
want to
female,
be
talking
viewed
female, right?
as
That's all
in your
of them.
nudes.
Are we talking female?
Yes, we got Tyrone.
Oh.
Tyrone. Yeah, Tyrone, I'll give you view.
Um,
No.
I feel like the emotional currency of women,
Jesus.
and this is speaking very broadly and this is speaking very broadly. So ladies in the chat and who will view later, don't come at me, don't at me.
Don't at you.
The emotional currency of females is generally attention. The emotional currency of a man is ego. And I'm talking about the energy that goes behind such too, not just generalized. The energy that goes behind such. So females will always do things for the purpose of garnering attention, and men will always do things or position themselves to have their ego stroked. It's the reason why a man would buy a nice car, because he wants his boys and the girls to say you have a nice car. That's his ego being stroked. It's the reason why a woman can wear a short dress, because she wants to show her legs. Why? She wants attention. So when you have social media, it gives both genders the ability to access those things, ego strokes and attention. So you can present yourself as, I think both Janelle and Kate already said, in a manner that you want to be viewed. And if you get the likes that you believe that you should or would get as a result of posting this picture, posting this video, whatever the case may be, it is going to either stroke your ego, or it is going to give you a confirmation that yes, you were right in, especially the volume of the likes, that you were right in posting it, and you will continue to do it if that is something that empowers you. So it's an individual thing, it's an individual mentality and an individual perspective of how you will view yourself. Because in 10 years' time, somebody look back on a picture that I took when there was a particular age, they might say to themselves, and might change the perspective. You know what I mean? So it's the situation at the time and what the person deems that how they want to do it in that moment. So whereas you somebody that posting a lot of family pictures, the pictures of the children and that kind of thing, then somebody might be posting pictures of the behind or that kind of thing. So it's just how you want to be viewed and what uplifts you or what you be fulfills you at any given time. And you can't really judge people too much, because the fulfillment that a person gets emotionally is all based on how they view themselves in a moment.
That's well said, my brother.
That is it.
Well said. So no, the thing is that
people
we about to wrap up this episode here, which is the season finale. I want some closing thoughts from the people. When it is that we came back again, I always forget everything. I need to write it.
Delete some things.
Anybody remembers? Or we will let the man that constantly talking every year that we were going on. So,
Yes.
So
yes.
Ethan, Taiwan, Janelle, talk to the people then. Give me a sign out situation there.
Time for final words.
We can remember how to do this job, baby.
Well, final words.
Well, we can come back stronger than ever.
It's been a pleasure.
Pew, pew, pew.
It's been a pleasure. Season 3 has been a success. We have some episodes. Big up to everybody that's been a part of season 3. We had a lot of people on during the season, really. And the podcast just goes from there. I want to say a big thank you to everybody over there that has liked the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video. I try my best to get broadcast out, send it out on AG Swan. Thanks to everybody so far for the support, and be on the journey to 200. I think that's the goal. We're gonna give away at the 200 subscribers, so keep on the channel, keep sharing.
Watch over the videos.
For sure.
Man, watch the more, keep it going. Let's talk to the people then, Janelle.
Definitely want to say Father's Day once more. Big up the fathers. Definitely respect the efforts of persons in society who really want the best for their children and for the children in the nation. Also want to big up the ones who be working hard behind the scenes to lift the society up. But on a real, I am supporting what Keita was saying. I think that we really got to give thanks for how the last season will have gone, and I ain't kind of like sometimes it's be tough being here. How the day is going is always say, but up in Sayed definitely it closes off my week so well. I just feel the energy going into the weekend because of this
For sure.
podcast. So I want all of you to make sure you like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Thanks for Tyrone coming on as well. The addition and it because like I into politics. I ain't running, but I into politics heavy, and I like this addition as well. So definitely looking for bigger and better things in season 4, 200 and more. And off to you, back to you, Chad and Tyrone.
All right, Tyrone, talk to the people there, my brother.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks team first and foremost for welcoming me in, and it's a family for sure. Feel the warmth, you feel the love, you feel the camaraderie. There's no effort because sometimes some things feel like she's on to do this. You know what I mean? And
Don't cry, though. Don't cry.
there's no effort.
I thought you stay away. I thought great.
I bet there's no
Stop.
effort. Yeah, so what I was saying is, yeah, so it feels like a family. Camaraderie is there. I appreciate it very much so, and I definitely look forward to the next season. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that tunes in every week like I used to. I will continue to do. And yeah, more life all the time.
More life.
All right. Well, I can just say
To the good fathers out there.
everybody, thank you as usual. Thank you
My
so
water.
much for taking the Thursdays at 8 p.m. until 9 p.m. or sometimes just a little over to spend with us.
They all know.
It's coming. You know, I just appreciate the love, the support, the constant people. Sometimes we get some new people that so getting them to comment, getting them to be a part of the episode podcast. I want to say thank you to Keita for coming through and making this here so a reality from since season 1. So you know, big up Keita, the girls then coffee sweetener. Got big up Janelle. Janelle came through a couple weeks after also being a consistent patron of the podcast and been with us ever since. Got big up. Me and Janelle's got it going and coming. But the fact of the matter is that she got the utmost respect from me. It's just that I the man that I love to challenge. And you know, it's all love regardless. It's all love. Big up Tyrone for coming through. He was always an individual in there. So just asking the serious questions, making the serious comments. And I was like, yeah, I like this man boy because he ain't like he's real this one accepting whatever. So I just gotta say thank you for being a part of the podcast, coming in, commenting, and then also now finding the time to transition from being a commenter and a part of the group to being actually a part of the group. And I could only see us growing from here in a big way, in a positive way. We gonna be influencing more and more as we go on. I astutely believe in what we're doing here. I treat this as my job because I believe that I got a lot to offer, and I believe we as a collective got a lot to offer the people of Barbados whenever it comes to conversation, the way how we do this, bigger Allery Media Production.
Sure.
For coming through, always putting in the work, always putting in the time. When it comes to him with last minute ideas, he's always ready, willing, and able to get it done. We got big up the sponsors, Trading Cuts, Barber Studio. He's been with us since day one. Steve Bell, they have been with us as long as Janelle has come in. It's We Entertainment, no coming through, but strong nonetheless. I'm Barely Sober Entertainment, always been there. Then like ICBL, always there when you need us most, but ICBL will WhatsApp me a chat for that idea, so I just something. But I got left one with two. I got left one with two things.
Kiwi publication?
Did you know that flow backwards is wolf? That's food for thought.
I realize
And
that.
then the next thing is, want to know that I got a lot of global warming. I think Janelle would agree with me on this, that women are seen as nature beings. Yeah, the melanated people we know is part of that, but women mainly are one is the fruit of the earth. Cause when it's come for that thing, right? Good night, and you would agree with that, right, Janelle?
She's sweet, yeah. I do.
Women are a big part of nature. So with that being said, women, ladies, I want one of the cheating. But every time that one is doing it, before the cats.
Yo, let's. No, he's so funny.
That's why okay, so hard and all can cheating on men. Well, stop it.
Listen,
Well, stop
I
it.
got saying big coming in
Stop
season 4 for us to discuss here about this whole monogamy thing that we don't believe in. But yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
Go
Wait,
for
you
it.
say A, I got to say B. I was watching, we get Chad. Hey, season 4 can start next week. Jeez, no, man.
You gonna take your vacation. Take your vacation. we going off for the people.
Thanks,
Please.
We all
Probably by
Yes,
talking
and
about
all
on and
your
off finger.
fingers. Yeah,
don't worry about my fingers.
your fingers gonna be working back. All right, people, then give you thanks so much.
I
for
was
all this
actually,
coming through
I
and
was
being a part
actually
of
trying to
this.
find that video. Man. I was actually trying to find that video. My phone, beep, 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 like on
Yeah,
vacation.
for vacation,
I
yeah.
got somewhere here, they can't find
Big
it.
girl.
Don't worry about that yet, though. Next time we gonna get vacation next time. But anyhow, people, have a great Thursday night. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Enough love and respect. Watch over the videos. Tell your friends about the podcast. Let them come and subscribe and take a look at some of the videos as well. We always welcome feedback. We always welcome topic suggestions. Get at us. We gonna be off for a couple of weeks, but we ain't gonna be off that much.
No.
Message us, hit us on the Instagram, hit us on the Twitter, hit us on the YouTube. Make it happen, people. Enough
Oh
love and
dear.
respect for listening.
You.
Yeah, we get real pretty for you, yeah.
It's pretty.
Fuck events about you don't know.
Rude boy,
Man from east, west, north and south.
Hey,
yo.
gunshot to blow.
In wartime and more time, you step out your door, things can get very hardcore. For sure, that's what guns are for. The Mach 10 will clap them festival, you know it's gonna go ball. That's what guns are for.
So we sing bad man. We no run away, we will shot fast the whole weather night, whether them on a bad man. We no ramp and play, you will dead, how we mean where we say, gunman. Let me see your gun from you know out a road from a boy, you no run a coulda Satan. All I wanna say is I will shot somebody, never let me touch somebody. Run on your